Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker is set to introduce many different revelations that will lead to saga-wide implications in this story by writer and director J.J. Abrams and Chris Terrio. This is Mike Zero. Make sure to subscribe if you're new to the channel for future Star Wars content. Now, what's really exciting about Episode 9 is that we do know that this film is, of course, going to have many different connections to the prequels and the originals, where Disney and Lucasfilm are also going to be taking many different risks with The Rise of Skywalker in order to do something very much incredible for the characters of Rey, Kylo Ren, Luke, and Palpatine. Now, on top of all of this, what's really exciting about everything related to Episode 9 is that these past couple of weeks or so, we've been learning a whole lot more about this movie, and when it all comes down to one of the concept art descriptions and one of the set leaks, this is where things begin to get very intriguing and intense for this film. Now, specifically, it's described that one of the scenes that were filmed during the month of January involved Daisy Ridley, Adam Driver, and Ian McDiarmid on set inside of a strange throne room, where it's explained that Ian was portraying Palpatine in a way where he was showing Rey a vision of herself, where it's said to be a sequence on the third time that Dark Rey appears in her mind, where the costume design of Dark Rey's outfit was labeled as Rey_Palpatine -101-trim. It's explained that this outfit was used in 3 different scenes, and that the costume design of Dark Rey evolves throughout the movie. Another sequence that was shot toward the end of the film involved Daisy Ridley on set of A Strange World, where the ground was all sand, where she was surrounded by a 360-degree green screen. It said that the outfit she was wearing was a mixture between white, gray, and black, and is said to be Rey's final costume, where the design of the outfit was labeled as Rey_Skywalker-trim number 4-407. Additionally, it's explained that a new saber design used on set that appears to be a combination of Luke and Kenobi's is explained to be dubbed as Rey_Skywalker-Hilt/44. So let's go over a couple of parts about this, and as to why this is a big hint and or indicator that Rey is going to be both a Palpatine and a Skywalker. Now, we've been going over many of the different hints and or indicators that Rey is indeed the granddaughter of course, Palpatine himself. However, you guys may recall the very old rumor from months and months ago that at some point in time, Rey is going to call herself Rey Skywalker for some odd reason. Either she has Skywalker DNA, or maybe, and just maybe, she is just going to adopt the Skywalker name. Or it's very possible, like I've always said before, is that Palpatine is the one who created the Skywalker bloodline. And if Rey is indeed the granddaughter of Palpatine, she would be both considered a Palpatine and a Skywalker. Now, I'm not quite sure how I really feel about her, adopting the name Skywalker. I know there's a lot of talk about that right now, about her adopting the name Skywalker, and hence the rise of Skywalker. And that would be destroying Palpatine's legacy in the process of her not using the surname of Palpatine. So, with that being said, it's very interesting because we do know that the title of Episode 9 has multiple meanings in the movie. There's over 3 different meanings, by the way, of what The Rise of Skywalker really means for Episode 9. If you look at Return of the Jedi, that has 2 different meanings. That's Return of course, the Jedi relating to Luke, and of course relating to the return of Anakin Skywalker. The same exact thing with The Last Jedi. The Last Jedi is geared toward Luke, and then eventually geared toward Rey, because Luke says, "And I will not be the last Jedi," and it cuts over to Rey's face. So, what I find so very interesting about this is that it's said that on set, Daisy Ridley was standing on a desert world. Now, we're not quite sure if this is Pasaana, or if it's maybe even Jakku, possibly Tatooine, but nonetheless, on set, a actual saber design hilt, or stunt hilt, was used, where the design is said to be a mixture of both, of course, Luke and Kenobi's, where it's actually dubbed as Rey_Skywalker, lightsaber hilt -44. And what I like so much about that is that this very much tells us that they're trying to satisfy at least 2 sides of the fan base. We have one side of the fan base that wants Rey to be a Skywalker, which honestly I wouldn't mind. And then there's the other side of the fan base that would really like her to either be a nobody or at least related to Palpatine, having those dark side tendencies, hence explaining why she is so very powerful in this movie. Now, my point of view, The Rise of Skywalker has a lot of potential because if you look at the comics, the Darth Vader comics in late 2018, you do see Palpatine initiating the birth of Anakin Skywalker behind Shmi, literally activating the birth of Anakin through Shmi Skywalker, which would then make Palpatine the creator of the Skywalker bloodline, or at least the Skywalker bloodline as we know it. And a lot of fans are just very interested in exactly where this is all going for Episode 9 by JJ and what this all really means. Why some of the saber hilts are labeled as Rey_Skywalker, and why some of the costume designs are labeled as the actual same thing, as well as Rey_Palpatine, etc., etc. So you can really see where it's all going, and the pieces really are starting to fit in here, that things are starting to make a little bit more sense for this film. Anyways, guys, drop a comment below. Let me know what you think about all of this in the comments, and if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.